This is going to be a big show coming up in London, July 1st. Looking forward to it. Money in the Bank is always a big show. This should be no exception. Running down the card here, Mr. Marceau. 7 matches advertised. We got a women's title match tomorrow night and a tag team title match tomorrow night in London on SmackDown. But these are the matches currently advertised for the pay-per-view coming up on Saturday. WWE women's tag team titles. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler defending against Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan, who came back on SmackDown last week after Ronda and Shayna merged and unified the NXT and WWE women's tag team titles. So now they're one set of women's tag titles. Thank God. Raquel and Liv are looking for their rematch they never got after they had to vacate the championships back in late May. I think Ronda and Shayna retain here. There's a small chance Raquel and Liv could take the belts back, but I just don't think that's necessary. They teased Raquel and Rhea recently. I would pursue that. Ronda and Shayna feel like they're just kind of getting started as champions, whether people like it or not.
Yeah, I mean, I like that Liv and Raquel are back. I think they both are better on their own. But I guess we'll see here. I'm so over fucking Ronda and Shayna at this point. I feel like they have like go away hate with me. Like I'm not even mad when I'm just like get off my TV. I just feel like with Shayna, I just feel like they dropped the ball with her, and Ronda is as least as she has since she's joined the company right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I'd rather Liv and Raquel go on their separate ways. I think Raquel needs a heel turn badly. Liv just needs a shot. What happened to her last year still gets me mad just thinking about it. So I think Ronda and Shayna are going to win. Like I said, they have basically go away heat with me at this point. But I'd rather Raquel go heel and Liv kind of get her another shot at the title.
Yeah, I would say Raquel going heel would be interesting, like her turning on Liv because she can get some decent heat for it because Liv's so beloved and she's so over. I wouldn't do that right now though, just because I want Raquel and Rhea, and you would need to have Raquel as a babyface to do that. So maybe after that's over, maybe you can turn her heel because she needs she just is so boring as a babyface, and they've given really fans no reason to care about her for the most part. So I would do that long term, but I do think Ronda and Shayna retain here as well. I agree. Gunther and Matt Riddle Intercontinental Championship made official on Monday's Raw. Who do you think goes over?
I'd go with Gunther here. I like Riddle. I just don't see it happening. I don't know. He just doesn't seem like he's. I don't know if he's not ready. His character's not ready. I just feel like losing to Gunther should mean something. Riddle's still kind of a joke. He's showing a little bit harder edge. The last couple weeks he beat up Vinci and Ludwig's still there. But I would have Gunther go over here. I've seen reports that Orton might be on his way back, so maybe you can kind of rekindle that if that's possible. Maybe we get like a beat down here and Orton comes back. But I would have Gunther win here.
Yeah, Orton coming back would be interesting. I don't know if he comes back on Saturday, but that would make for an amazing reaction in London, I'll tell you that much. He's definitely one to keep an eye out for. But no, Riddle, I think, falls short of the championship. I wouldn't mind a rematch at SummerSlam. We haven't even seen the first one, but I'm already expecting a great match and for them to run it back at SummerSlam. But I'm glad this is on the card, or they're not doing it on Raw like Rhea and Natalya, like anyone cares. But, this one feels like an attraction. They're getting Gunther back in Europe, which should be great, and I think the match is going to be a lot of fun. Cody Rhodes versus Dominic Mysterio. Again, talking about crowd reactions, this should be great. The crowd should love Cody. They should hate Dominic. I said a couple weeks ago, Dominic beating Cody I wouldn't do just because Cody's already lost to Roman, then Brock, and now Dominic would be a bit much. But they kind of have to. Cody, they said it even on Raw this week. The commentators referenced it during Cody's match with Damian, that Cody wants that match with Brock, and we're going to get it at SummerSlam. We're getting that rubber match, stipulation TBA. But still, I think we're getting that rematch there, and Cody's probably going to lose here via Brock interference. Dominic winning on his own would be dumb. Typically I would want a heel to win clean, but not in this circumstance. I think Brock shows up in London, costs Cody the win, beats the shit out of him, we get a rematch at SummerSlam. So, do you think that's what goes down here?
I would book that, pal.
And then Dominic can brag about beating Cody.
Yeah, and then he can beat Seth. He can face Seth at SummerSlam.
Exactly. I don't think he beats Seth. I don't think he should beat Seth, but I do think that's the SummerSlam match. Seth and Dominic for the World Heavyweight Championship, and Rollins can complete the trifecta of going through every member of the Judgment Day and retaining their title against them. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Becky Lynch, Trish Stratus, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, Zelina Vega. 6 women here, 3 from Raw, 3 from SmackDown. Basically 2 storylines and then just Zelina Vega, who I like, but it's like she's just kind of in there to fill a spot. Vega's not winning. Trish does not need this. Bayley does not need this. Becky Lynch does not need this. Becky or Bayley would fit the spot of Miss Money in the Bank well, but I don't think she needs to win it. She's already won it before anyway. That leaves Zoe and Io. I like Zoe. I think it's a little too soon. I don't see her on that level right now anyway, and Rhea's the current champion, so it just doesn't make sense. Io has been ready for that next spot. She got that match with Bianca at Backlash, and she was super over. They had a great match. Io's got to win. Bayley can get pissed that she won and then turn on her afterwards or in the match or whatever the fuck. But I think Io's got to win here and become Miss Money in the Bank.
No, I completely agree. I mean, Io wins. I think even if it's predictable, it's what should happen. I mean, Becky wins. I mean, I'm one of the biggest Becky marks out here, but I don't think it needs to happen, so it shouldn't. So I think Io wins here. Like I said, I think there's a chance that that Zoe could win. I just don't think that's needed. Like you said, I think you have Io win here. Bayley gets pissed. We get the turn. I mean, you can even get them at SummerSlam in a non-title match, which would be nice. She's still holding the briefcase at that point. So I like it. I think Io should win. Anyone else winning would kind of seem dumb, besides Zoe, but I just don't think she's ready yet.
Yeah, I think Io is just the right person at the right time, and she's just ready for the next level, as we said, so I'm hoping she wins and comes away with a briefcase. Men's Money in the Bank. Logan Paul, bit more difficult to predict. We got a couple potential contenders, but one really person that should win. Logan Paul, LA Knight, Damian Priest, Santos Escobar, Butch, Ricochet, and Shinsuke Nakamura. There might be a different answer here, so I'll ask you two questions. Who do you think wins, but who do you want to win? And it might be the same answer.
God, I hate how you asked me the hard ones first. Such a prick move. I'm just a mark, so I'm going to say LA Knight wins, and he should win.
You got that Logan Paul text ready yet, or no?
I'm not even going to put that one in the feed.
I will. I'll put that one in the feed. You'll have the Becky Lynch one in the feed in case she wins. Listen, Logan Paul winning is my pick, and I am one of those people that just expects the worst out of any company just because not that I'm being realistic, I just want to I don't want to get my hopes up in case I'm disappointed. I'm one of those people, and I'm going to do that here as well. And I've said this before, I actually like Logan Paul. I think, he's done great work, and I think him holding that briefcase would be great, but not this year, especially at a point when we already have a part-time champion on Fridays. I don't think he would beat Rollins for the belt anyway, but we just saw him in Rollins a couple months ago. I know you mentioned you want to see it again. I wouldn't complain either. They had a great match at WrestleMania. I just don't think now's that time, and he won't be around anyway. I could see WWE wanting him to hold the briefcase to, give it some media attention and whatever. I don't know, man. I would just wait another year. The problem with him winning it, it's not like there's no one else in this match that should win it. It's fucking LA Knight. He's the guy that you got to run with. He's so over right now. I mean, to not do that would be silly. Do you think there's any... Santos I like a lot. I don't think he's winning. Butch, I know he's from London. It would be very surprising if he won. Ricochet, let's not even consider that an option. He's not going to win. I like Ricochet, but he's not going to win. And Nakamura, dark horse, but probably not. Do you think there's any value in Damian Priest, though? Because they're doing this whole Finn Balor thing. I've seen a lot of people this past week say, oh, yeah, I think Damian's winning. Damian's amazing. We said this coming out of Backlash. Him getting more spotlight, sign me the fuck up. That's great. I hate the fucking idea of people cashing in on mid-card belts. Maybe LA Knight would do that and cash in on Theory. I think that'd be trash. Save it for a world title. I just think it's a waste. We've talked about it last week. People disagree, but that's just my mindset. Damian Priest is ready for that next level as well, but I don't think he faces Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship unless he holds on to it for a while. Damian would be great, but I just feel like LA Knight's the guy, because if LA Knight doesn't win here, I don't think he gets pushed up the card. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think that's. I think like I said, Logan Paul winning it. No, thank you. I think it's just the wrong time for him to win it. I think LA Knight's so over. I know him and Priest are in the same boat. They both are older, so I get people saying Priest. The thing with Priest winning is he's lost so much lately. I feel like him winning would just I don't know, that. You usually lose a shit ton after you win it. He hasn't won a meaningful match in a while. He lost to Bad Bunny. He lost to Rollins. He lost to Cody. He's lost a decent amount lately. And with Knight, like I said, especially with his age, he's so fucking over right now. I feel like it would just be a huge mistake. They're always saying, they were worried about pushing him because of his age. He's legit as over as he's ever going to be right now. You might as well just do it. He's over as fuck. And I think it just makes so much sense that they won't do it, but I just feel like he has things that they're worried about, but he's over and he's older, so if you're worried about his age, this is the perfect time. At that point, he's just going to be, like you said, basically a mid-carder for life, so I think he needs a win. I think it makes so much sense they probably won't. Damian, I get it, but I mean, what's he gonna do? What's Cody gonna wipe or Seth gonna wipe through the fucking Judgment Day and he's gonna cash in after he loses the Dominic?
Mm-hmm.
No, fact.
No. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. I just think with LA Knight, the time is now. I mean, he'll probably still be over, win, lose, or whatever, but I mean, why not capitalize on the guy that's over? And we say all the time, they don't have a lot of people that are over, aside from the established main event talent. A lot of these new people are not over. LA Knight is miraculously, despite no meaningful push, not even being at WrestleMania, has gotten over. The guy lost to Bray Wyatt in 5 minutes at the Rumble, and he's still over. I mean, it's a miracle, really, and I think they should reward him by having him go over. But if Vince McMahon's fingerprints are anywhere near this thing, which they probably will be, there's a chance that he won't. I know you're picking him. I'm going to go Logan Paul, though I do really want LA Knight to win. And I think London would really want to see that as well. World Heavyweight Championship, Rollins, Balor. Pretty safe to say Rollins wins this right. I think more of a question is, Rollins retains, obviously. Does Drew come back afterward and lay out Rollins and establish himself as next in line for the World Heavyweight Championship? My only two issues with that are, one, him come back as a heel would be great, but I feel like he'd be cheered in London because he's, from Europe and whatever, and people would go nuts if he came back. So I know Rollins is over and whatever, but I would do that probably elsewhere if they really want to do that. The second thing being, if Dominic is getting the next shot as we expect, then McIntyre coming back now and attacking Rollins, the timing would be odd. I could see McIntyre coming back at SummerSlam. I don't know if he comes back here, so I'm going to say no. What about you? Who do you think wins, and does Drew come back afterward?
God, now that you say that, it's like giving me fucking nightmares.
Nightmares? I feel like that's a good idea, though, if it happens.
No, but it's giving me nightmares. I could so see, like I said, I don't think he'll come back here. So Rollins wins, LOL. That's definitely happening.
Yeah.
I don't think Drew comes back here, but, like, I feel like then he could come back at SummerSlam, and then, like, he'll attack Rollins, and someone will, like, Priest could, or whoever wins would cash in on Rollins.
Oh,
and then
okay.
Then they'd lose the belt, and then we'd get... Like I said, honestly, it's feeding into what you said. Like, Priest would cash in, win, and then, like, it would start basically him and Finn, because Finn would be pissed that, like, Priest won the belt. And then you just have Drew and Rollins for not the belt, because he screwed Rollins over. I
mean, I actually kind of like that, actually. Now that you say it like that, which I have not heard that idea
Stop.
pitched. I do. I like that idea. I'm not saying they should do it. I like the idea.
I think it's a good idea, but I don't want Priest winning.
I don't think you're anti-Priest. I think you're just pro LA Knight, right?
No, I actually like Priest. But
yeah.
Like I said, in theory, like, he's lost a decent amount lately. I think LA Knight makes more sense. Priest already had his chance at the belt. Like, like I said, with that story, yeah, it makes sense. And he's on Raw, so if, like, it's going for this. I mean, I guess they never really specified, like, if you cash in, you have to cash on like, they haven't really made any rules. It used to be the brand you were associated with.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if they're going with the Raw person, Priest would make the most sense. I just think it should be LA Knight. But now that you're saying that, I feel like it would make too much, like, it literally would write itself if that happened.
Yeah, I honestly don't hate that idea. Hey, it's better than Logan Paul winning the title again, or winning the title, or cashing in on Rollins and beating him and having that feud again and doing it for the world title. I just would not like that. But the way you laid it out, I don't hate it. I do think LA Knight should win the title and should win the briefcase, and him winning the title would be great. So I'm kind of hoping that happens. So I guess we'll find out coming up on Saturday. But we have one more match, though. How could we go off the air with just that? We have Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline, of who's left of the Bloodline anyway, taking on the Usos. Now, WrestleVotes, who's been pretty credible in the past, the insider WWE Twitter account, saying there was a closed-doors meeting recently with all the members in this match discussing the finish. Now, assuming that's true, that means that this match could go either way, first of all. Second of all, it's going to be a big, shocking finish. And it's not going I heard there might be a shocking finish of the pay-per-view, and it's not going to involve the briefcase holders or whatever. That tells me, I don't know about you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save my prediction. I'm going to continue the trend of giving you the tough questions and asking you, Mr. Marceau, who goes over here in the Bloodline Civil War?
God, I hate you. I hate that every time the hardest one's like, oh, I'm start with you. Thanks, dude. I think Usos got to go over. I mean, I don't know if Jay pins Roman or what happens. I think for the story to continue, I think Usos have to win. If they don't win, I mean...
How do they yeah, I agree.
How do they continue, I guess? So, I think you have the Usos win here. I don't know if you have Jay pin Roman. I feel like if that's a shock, it'd be that. I mean, I guess you could have, like, Roman accidentally, like, spearing, like, Solo. Like, didn't mean to, and he spears Solo. They throw Roman out, and they pin Solo. But I think for the shock value alone, I feel like you would have Jay pin Roman. I think Usos win regardless. I don't know what. I just don't think like there would be the story's not that it's dead, but like them losing, just like what would their bitch be? I guess at that point. I mean, I guess like Heyman could get involved, but no thanks. I think Usos win here. I saw you say you don't want Roman losing by pinfall until he loses the belt. I mean, I agree to a point, but I feel like Jay's the one. Like, if he's not going to be in for the belt, at least I guess he could hold that. Like I pinned Roman Reigns, so I think Jay pins Roman. I would fucking jump off my couch, possibly through a window, a wall, everything. Then we get the actual match at SummerSlam. I think that's what you do. But I mean, like I said, you could still have them win and not Roman pin. But I think Roman getting pinned here, like I said, then Jay could say he still has a victory over Roman, even if he loses that.
I think that's what's going to happen. I think the Usos are going to win. That's what I was going to say earlier before I threw it to you. I think the Usos are going to win.
Oh, now it's easy now. I just dissected it. He's like, oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah, no, but that's what I was going to say. I feel like the Usos will win. I would have them pin Solo. I maintained, and I tweeted this the other day, and it's a preference thing. I would not have Roman get pinned until he loses the championship. I would not do that. I know you can also say, and I get this as well, well, if Roman gets pinned, it still wasn't one-on-one. So, I mean, you can't say he hasn't been pinned because he would have gotten pinned. But you can still say, well, he hasn't been beaten one-on-one since December 2019. Okay, yeah, all right, that's fine. I just still would protect Roman, as silly as that sounds. I'd protect Roman until he drops the championship. But if they want to give the Usos something, but not everything, they don't give him the title, then okay, I get it. Honestly, so I think that's what's going to happen. I would have them pin Solo, but Solo also just lost at the last pay-per-view, so I don't know if they want to do that again. I think Jay's going to pin Roman. I do, and I do think they're going to do Jay, or maybe Jimmy, but probably Jay, because Jay, again, has never beaten Roman before. Man, we can avoid this by having Cody take the belts off of Roman at WrestleMania 39, and you can have Jay and Roman at SummerSlam, and then Jay can beat him there, but whatever. I guess we're beyond that, so I got to get that obligatory shot in there. But I do think Jay Uso pins Roman, and Jay gets the title shot at SummerSlam, and he loses. I know they'll find a way to extend the program, I'm sure. But I don't think the Usos are winning the title. I don't, and I don't really. I prefer them over most people. I still think it should be Cody Rhodes. I am that dumbass that thinks that it's going to be Cody. All roads
come back to Cody.
All roads lead to Roman, as they say, and I think that happens at Mania 40. I do, and yeah. So you sticking with the Usos as well, and you think Jay's going to pin Roman, is what you said?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll find out.
Because I feel like they beat Solo, then it would be 2 times in a row, and then Roman would have a bitch to get rid of Solo.
Yeah. But which is going to happen at some point, but not right now. So I agree. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a big moment. And I listen, I don't want Roman getting pinned, but it would be a bigger and more eventful finish to the show. And make no bones about it, this is closing the show, obviously. It's better than Roman just beating Jimmy and that being it. And then it's like, okay, well, all right, like he'll face Jay at the next show, I guess. Like, no, they have to win. They kind of have to win. The Usos need something. They've lost a lot lately too. Remember, they lost the tag titles. They lost the rematch. You know,
Jay
lost the theory. They need something, and I think that something comes in the form of a pinfall win over Roman with Jey Uso.